Why is it you insist on helping people in 100 years really ineffectively with huge sums of money instead of helping them right now? If you ask them, what do you care about? When you ask people in the developing world, they don't answer, yes, I worry a lot about 2 or 3 degrees temperature rise in 100 years. They worry about the fact that their kid might die tonight from malaria. And I think that is one of the sort of emotional ways. This is nothing to do with the cost-benefit analysis, but the emotional way of saying, how dare you, sorry, this sounds like I'm impersonating someone else, but to actually focus on helping them inefficiently in 80 or 100 years rather than helping them tonight. So that's one part of it. The second part is, and this is of course their backup argument, is, well, if you don't do this, nothing else matters. The whole earth is going to be ruined. And I think that is probably the biggest part of this conversation, that you just simply have to roll it back and say, that's just not true. It's not what the UN climate panel tells us. It's not what all of the analysis show us. And it's not what the data show us either. If you look at how many people died from climate-related disasters in the world 100 years ago, so in the 1920s, the answer is about 500,000 people died every year. Today, that number is down to about 18,000 people per year. We've literally seen a decline of 96% death. And remember, at the same time, we've become 4 times more. So we've actually seen a per person risk decline by 99%. Why is that? It's mostly not anything to do with climate, but everything to do with the fact that if you're rich, you don't die from climate-related diseases. If you're poor, sorry, not diseases, but problems, if you're poor, you do. And so, again, what is the best way to help most of the world? It's to make sure that they're not poor. It's right. Do you guys remember there's a hurricane that hit Tacloban in the Philippines back in 2013? It happened right when there was a UN climate summit, and everybody was saying, oh, we should help those people by cutting a ton of carbon dioxide. I'm not going to go in my car tomorrow and help them. And you're like, really? A similar hurricane hit 100 years before, killed 40 times more people. Why? Because they were incredibly poor. Now they're only very poor. But of course, the point should be that we would want to take them out of their corrugated roofs and into good homes. So the idea here is, again, to point out to people, how do you help people to do much more good? And the same thing, if you look at total global catastrophe cost, we only have good data from 1990, but the linear trend is it's gone from costing 0.26% of GDP to now 0.18%. So it's not only gone down, but also it's 0 point something. It's not the major part of the reason why the world has problems. The reason why you think so is because you watch too much CNN.